And if I show you this table now, I use a table, go to accept to the order ID, and you can see here that I have 10 order IDs for which I do not have any sales facts. So for these orders, nothing seems to be sold or they are filtered out of my data. And the pretty cool thing about Accept, if you remember the data model, is that there was no relationship. Today, I will show you some more tricks how you could use the DAX functions to create some validation layer for your dashboard and to monitor the quality of your data. Data monitoring is important because we often get data, especially in CRM systems or something like that, where the data are not clean enough because maybe the user was in a hurry, maybe he did not think it was so important to keep track of the data quality. So maybe the company was set a second time, or some informations on customer were missing, or maybe some countries are missing in the data you got. So there are many examples how data quality could affect your analysis. And today I want to show you some easy way how to do some quick checks and find out what's missing, what you need, and maybe also to find out who you need to talk to. So let's jump into Power BI and I will show you how it works. So here we are in Power BI and I have prepared a data model for you. In this data model, you can see a fact table, the e-commerce table, a calendar table, a table with countries, and an order ID table, which is not connected at the moment, because I want to show you some pretty cool things you can do also when your tables are not connected. Now we will go to the report view and we will create some DAX measures. And for that, the first measure I have prepared for you is the accept measure. The accept measure is creating a table. So if you use the accept measure outside of the DAX query view, you need to go to modeling, to new table, and create a new table with the accept measure, which I did here already. And in this table, I'm listing all the order IDs that are not in the e-commerce order ID. So for these order IDs, I got no sales data. And to achieve this, I use the accept. Then I need a left table. The left table is always the longer table, so the table that contains all the values, while the right table, the second table, is the shorter table. So with the accept in this case, I want to find out which values from the left table are missing in the right table. And if I show you this table now, I use a table, go to accept to the order ID, and you can see here that I have 10 order IDs for which I do not have any sales facts. So for these orders, nothing seems to be sold or they are filtered out of my data. And the pretty cool thing about accept, if you remember the data model, is that there was no relationship. So to do this check with an accept, I do not have, or I do not need an active relationship between these two tables because it's only comparing these two lists. For tables that are connected, you can achieve the same thing with an is empty check or is not empty check. To do that check, I have prepared a measure for you, and the measure is called not is empty e-commerce, and it is checking if there are any values in the e-commerce or not. If there are any values, there is a 1 returned, and if not, there is a 0 returned. And to apply this, you need a relationship into the e-commerce table so we can check, for example, which countries do not have any sales data and contact the salesperson later. So what we will do with that, we will also create a table again. Then we will drag in all the countries from the countries, and we will drag in the not is empty e-commerce, and we will filter down this table where the not is empty is exactly 0 because we only want to have the countries where we did not get any sales data. And so you can see that for Albania, the sales rep did not give us any data, so you know exactly who to contact after this check. And I will show you also one third option that you could apply if you do not have any relationships between these two tables, because you could also use a treat as, and the treat as I will show you in the DAX query view, because in the DAX query view it is easier. So you need an evaluate, and then we will take the treat as, and then you need an expression, and the expression is the values that will work as a filter. So what the treat as is doing, it's taking one column or one expression, so the first one in our case, and here we will say it's the values of the e-commerce order IDs. So e-commerce order ID, and the e-commerce order IDs will filter down then the order IDs in the order ID table. So this is what we will do first. And what you will see now, if we apply this filter, so the values from the order IDs in the e-commerce on this column, we will get 18 results. So the question is now, if we take these values and filter this table, will we get all the values, or are there some missing? To find this out, we will do a quick second check. So we will go to counters, orders, ID, and go on run, which is not working because we return a single value here, and so we need a row result, and now it should work. And now we can see that there are 10 values missing, because here we only got 25,718, which means we are back to this one, because here we already found out that 10 order IDs are missing in the fact table. And the great thing is you can apply these checks to all the dimension tables you have connected to your fact tables. So you can really make one page in your validation layer where you check for all the keys and all the missing values, and where you can also set actions for that. Because if you now know exactly who's responsible for Albania, you also know exactly whom you have to assign a task and to deliver you some missing data. So I hope I could show you how easy it can be to do this quick checks with just 2 DAX functions, and to improve your data quality massively by doing so. If you liked the video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Hope to see you on my channel soon, and wish you a great day now. Bye bye.